Holy googala moogala. Oh my God. It is 4:18. What is today? It's the last day of September. I can't even put into words what the past almost 2 hours have been like. I'm keeping my phone because I don't want to end up rambling on. But what I'm going to say is this message was truly, truly meant for someone out there. I don't know who it's for, but the trouble I've been through just to record this video. I started on my GoPro and here was echoey. I was like, okay, let me switch to my phone and I'll do a mic up video. The mic refused to work. I've been fighting with it since just before 3. Wow. Check 1, 2, just to confirm again, I hit record on the mic first. Anything the devil used for bad, God is going to turn it into good. So I don't know who this message is for, but hopefully you receive it. Honestly speaking, keep my eye on the time because like I said, I don't want to be rambling on too long, but I just wanted to share this message. It is, I think it's 4:20. My plan was to record this video in the gym. Unfortunately, I was not able to because technically speaking, we're still under a shelter-in-place order by the local government because of the chemical plant fire that they had yesterday. So since I could not record it in the gym, I'm like, I'm gonna talk to you guys. I need to get my office set up anyway. Wherever I live, for the most part, most of my last recent apartments, my living room is always my office. I don't keep a living room because I don't have people over. This is my sanctuary, so I usually turn my living room into my office. I wanted to make some changes, so I got rid of all that stuff. So we're starting from scratch. Anyway, the reason I'm recording this video is to talk to you guys about, with today being the last day of September, and tomorrow begins the fourth quarter, is to talk to you guys about finishing 2024 strong. If most of you are like me, we started 2024 like this. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, but life happens, things happen. Again, if you're like me, it's been a turbulent 2024, or even if it hasn't been, I'm sure there are some things that you had planned to accomplish in 2024, but you just weren't able to. So the reason I'm coming to you, or I decided to record this, is that we are still gonna end. We may not accomplish everything, but it's still gonna be a successful 2024. Because with tomorrow being the beginning of the fourth quarter, we got October, November, and December left. Let's set a plan for finishing it strong. And finishing it strong when it comes to goals and accomplishing them, oftentimes we get overwhelmed because we try to do too much. So this is me telling you, and at the same time telling myself, pick something small. It doesn't have to be something simple. It doesn't even have to be something small, but pick something manageable that you know you can accomplish within the next 3 months. The point is, instead of having 50 million different things, yes, I'm exaggerating, but instead of having 5 different things that you want to accomplish, focus on maybe 1. If you're feeling spicy, maybe 2. I wouldn't go past 3, but we could start with something simple. Pick 1 thing that you definitely want to get done before 2025 hit, and focus on that. How are we gonna do that? Ooh, heavy. One of the biggest things that I've, not necessarily me, but in looking at or in observing others, especially people like Kobe Bryant and the whole Mamba mentality, is you have to be intentional with what you're doing. So my suggestion is 3 words, and I termed it ice. I did that on purpose because it's going to be cold the rest of the year depending upon where you're living, but we're still going to ice it out and we're going to do the best we can. Not saying we're doing the best we can because we're going into it with the potential of not succeeding. No, we're not negotiating. We're not sidestepping, which is why pick one goal and we're going to work our butts off and get it accomplished. So with that said, we're going to be intentional, we're going to be consistent, and we're going to execute. I don't care what that goal is. The only person that needs to know what your goal is you. My suggestion, get a notepad and write it down. Write it big at the top of the notepad. This is my goal for 2024. On that, you can list some steps of what is it going to take to accomplish that goal. Then, once you list those steps done, you make a commitment to yourself to execute. Execute, execute, execute. Because you can list all you want and not execute, and then it's just a listed goal. We don't want that. We want progress. We want success. So be intentional. We're going to make consistent steps, daily consistent steps. And to give you a little example, let's say most people I come across, especially in this whole wellness journey or wellness world, wellness arena, a lot of people want to do better when it comes to wellness. One of the hardest things I always tell people is not the gym. The gym is the easy part. It's that kitchen. So let's say your goal is to, not necessarily, I wouldn't even say is to lose weight, be active. But let's say it's to lose weight. So let's start small. I'm not telling you to give up all the things you love and you enjoy and dive in head first. No, start small. If you're a soda person or you're a coffee person, tell yourself, starting tomorrow, I am going to remove one of those soda drinks or that coffee one day a week and replace it with a healthy option. What's that healthy option? Water. If it's a matter of, if you're like, my focus is working out and I really want to start, you still have options. It's still fairly warm outside. So starting tomorrow, for this coming week, this new week that we're in, I'm going to walk 5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes a day, or even if that's too much, 5 minutes 2 times for the week. That way next week you increase it. I'm going to walk 10 minutes 2 times a week. So you take those small baby steps. But the main thing where's my scissors? The main thing I should mention is, to me, the biggest hurdle in this all. You have to be willing to sacrifice something. You can't want to be, whatever it is your goal is, you can't want to achieve that goal without being willing to give up something in its place. Not necessarily give up all of something, but you have to give up something. Example, I love to work out. Unfortunately, my workouts last 2 hours. So I still have a 9 to 5. I'm not going to the gym after work. I prefer to go in the morning. So my sacrifice is sleep. I wake up at 3:30. That way, I don't just get out of bed and start my day. I get out. Why is it trying to stab me? I get out of bed, I talk to the man above, I do my little things, and then I leave home to be at the gym. for 5 o'clock. So be prepared. You're going to have to sacrifice something. If you're the type of person that, let's say in the evenings, there's something that you want to do, but your evenings and nights are consumed by a TV show, tell yourself, one night a week, I'm going to take an hour and not look at whatever that TV show is, and I will catch up on the weekend, because we're not way back in the day when we had to look at the show now, or else if we don't catch it now, we're not seeing it again. If we didn't have a VCR, sorry, dating myself. If we didn't have a VCR to record it, or a little bit later on in time, if you didn't have some means to record it. Now everything is streamed. You can binge watch whatever it is that you want to see at any point in time. So giving up 1 hour a week in the evenings towards achieving whatever your goal is, I don't think is that big a sacrifice. And you shouldn't think it's that big a sacrifice, because you're worth it. Whatever that goal is, we all have goals we all want to accomplish. So with that said, this is the starting point. I'm not going to really say too much about what it is my goals are, because your goal could be between you and your inner you. Just go after it. Because oftentimes you put stuff in the atmosphere, and we know how the enemy goes, he'll attack it. So whatever your goal is, you could keep it between you, but promise yourself, starting tomorrow, we're not waiting for January, starting tomorrow, we're going to hone in, focus on the rest of 2024, and we're going to end 2024 strong by working hard to get that done. 2 things to keep in mind. You're going to have to sacrifice something. Unfortunately, you got to sacrifice something. It doesn't necessarily have to be a huge sacrifice, means you're giving up a ton of stuff. Just pick something that you're willing to give up in order to get your goal, to achieve that goal. The other thing, as I mentioned, be intentional in what it is that you're looking to do. Make sure you're consistent with it. Don't do it this week and then you're not doing it next week. No, for all the weeks that are left in 2024, we are going to work on our goals, essentially working on ourselves every week moving forward. And the last part of that, we're going to execute, because without execution, we're just standing still because we're not moving forward. I was supposed to be talking and doing this in the process, but I did not want me doing all this to get in the way of the word. So, which is why I stopped to really focus on that. I'm still going to keep on doing this. I might even do it all the way through so you guys can see me. But it's not going to be with me talking, because that may be a little bit distracting. We'll see how this video turns out. If you have any questions, drop it in the comments. If you have any suggestions, drop it in the comments. Let's get this dialogue going. And again, we're starting this now. I'm going to check in with you come December to see how it went, because no half-stepping. Let's ice out these 3 months and finish strong. Now, let me get to putting this together, because me setting up my office is a part of me finishing, one part of me finishing the year strong. So let's get to it. Editing Onika here. I had to give props to the packaging for this one. Love it. finished. We are finished. We are finished. This is gonna suck if it's not recording. Hopefully it's recording. I came back to say thank you if you made it this far. Huge, huge thanks. Of course, this is nowhere near set up. I just did one step. I'm gonna drop the rug. I have to order the riser piece for the desk. I have the top of the desk over there, so the bottom part, which it's a standing desk, standing sitting. So I'm about to go order that now, and I'll tap back in with you. Today's the 29th. By the time you'll be seeing this video, it's Friday. So that means you guys should have already started. Again, don't be shy. Let's get it popping and implement these steps and end 2024 with a bang. These babies are, I'm weak. Catch y'all next time.